biggest childhood dream, believe it or not, was to work in a corporate setting. So I imagine myself to be CEO of this large corporation in this dark lit oak wood table type boardroom, right? So growing up, my favorite show was The Apprentice by obviously Donald Trump. And as early as college, those were also the books that I got into. I was into business, management, leadership books. So I remember watching interviews with Jack Welch, Carly Fiorina, who at the time were CEOs of Carly Fiorina of HP, Jack Welch of GE at the time, reading biographies. And that was really what inspired me to get into business, get into management. And my dream really was to just simply work in a good company, or at least my plan was to work in a good company, put in the years as maybe a brand manager, assistant brand manager, and then take my GMAT, get at least a 720, 730, 740, and then take my MBA in some Ivy League school, and that would be my ticket to whatever corporate dream that I had, right? So that was, for the longest time, the vision board that I had, or at least the path that I had for myself. Who was I? So I was along that path. I never really was trained financially, academically. I mean, I never really studied stocks in school. So my academic training was really marketing and business. So before I got into stocks, I was actually an assistant marketing manager, an assistant brand manager, a storyteller. And that was what I did for 3 years. So I did that, and I had this whole plan and vision board of taking my MBA in this particular MBA school and having this score, and eventually making my way into maybe some consulting job or some marketing job or some corporate American job where I would work there and then work there for maybe X number of years and then come back and serve my country, right? So that was pretty much who I was. I was in marketing. I was marketing and sales. Right, so in terms of dreams and goals, if time and money weren't an issue, for sure it would still be in the financial markets. I'd still be trading, I'd still be investing. I'd still wake up, checking my phone, looking what happened to the US market, DXY, DNX, and all these other, what happened overnight. That would pretty much be the first thing I would do. So that's something that I would say will never, hopefully will never change, right? So I really like what I do. And what would I be doing? Definitely whatever the project is, whatever the goal, whatever the company, it would always be in the spirit of adding value and making an impact in financial markets, whether that's helping clients or whether that's helping subscribers or whether that's teaching, whether that's managing money, whether it's directing people across different financial asset classes. The whole point is how to use at least what I've learned, both through successes and most especially failures, right? And basically using that in teaching people so at least they don't have to make the same mistakes themselves. Para sa pangarap, syempre lahat. But I think if you're gonna narrow it down to what one of the most important things is, I think it's focus. Focus is very important. I was taught at a young age that most people do a mile wide and an inch deep, which means that they dig a lot of holes a mile wide, but because they dig so many holes a mile wide, the holes they're able to dig are just an inch deep. Right? I was taught that instead of a mile wide and an inch deep, you're supposed to be an inch wide and a mile deep, which means that you're supposed to just focus on a few holes, and since you focus on a few holes, then you go deep, then you really try to make a meaningful impact as you focus and focus and focus more of your time and your resources and your effort. So I've always learned, especially in school where I was surrounded by a lot of smart people, that it's not really the smartest people that get it done, it's really the most focused people. So I've always believed that a more focused person will always outperform someone who's smart but who's often spread around a lot thinly. So focus, I think that's very important. So when it comes to focus, what that means is you need to learn how to say no to a lot of things, right? And when you say no to a lot of things, what I always like to say is, if you don't know what you stand for, if you don't stand for anything, you'll always fall for anything and everything that comes your way. If you don't know what's important to you, what you give your yes to, what's one thing you give your yes to, you'll eventually give your yes to everything else that comes your way. And that's important. And that's important not just in life, but also in the markets. Why? Because if you understand how financial markets work, you will learn, not just in the Philippines, but around the world, and not just today, but in past years since the stock market started, history will always show that 85% of people who go into the stock market end up losing money, right? And if you actually think about it, if 85% of people lose money, what that means is that 85% of all the ideas, of all the stories, of all the hearsays, of all the tips, the pronouncements, the hysteria, even the systems that go around result in losing money, right? So what I always teach is that in the market, it's more important to unlearn than it is to learn. It's more important to know what you say no to than what you say yes to. So I think focus, ultimately, not just in markets, but in life, is actually very important. So guys, para sa pangarap nyo, be sure to go to Investa Summit come November 23-24 at the Samsung Hall, SM Aura. I will be personally talking about why trading psychology is 70 to 80% of one's success in financial markets. So I look forward to seeing you guys there, and kita kits para sa pangarap.